It's a rainy day today, but we are going to go visit a local rock and gem show. I hope you enjoy the trip. Here we have the greeters for the show. Shows are for all ages. Most shows are in some sort of very large arena, and they'll have probably anywhere from 25 or more vendors. This is a medium-sized show, and it has about 30 vendors. Now I'm going to walk around the show, and we'll look at some of the different offerings that different vendors have. So you can see the wide variety of rocks, minerals, gems, and jewelry that are available at the show. So most vendors have a variety of different things. And so you may have to visit several different booths to find what you're looking for, but there are literally hundreds of different rocks and minerals available at these shows. This show also offers a raffle prize where people can buy a ticket, and at the end of the show they have a random drawing to see who can win the prize. This year's prize is this large ammonite. This Rock and Gem Club also has a variety of display booths for both club members to display what they have, and also for some of the dealers to showcase some of their products.
2 more winners on the call, and then we'll have a first prize.
We have a wide variety of things that are in the display cases. Not all shows have this. This particular rock club has a lapidary workshop. So many of the members actually are able to cut rough stones and make them into cabochons. So for instance, these pendants that we see in the front, this person had rough stone and they shaped and polished them until they could be used in jewelry. He also has a wide variety of geodes because he loves geodes, and he is a faceter. When you enter the show, there'll be multiple aisles, so you can figure out an organized way to move through the show, or just kind of go at random to visit the different booths. Some dealers have large objects for sale, and some have small. This dealer specializes in a wide variety of gemstones, and he even cuts his own opals. So sometimes opals don't show up really great on the camera, but a lot of these have really vivid color in person. And then he also has ammolites, which are from Canada, and they're fossilized ammonoids, right? All right. These are stunning in color, and they're quite rare too. Vendors have a variety of sizes of minerals available, from large specimens to really small samples. So there's something for everyone. A lot of the vendors go to multiple shows during the year. So you have the opportunity, if a show is not near your area, you may want to visit another area. Most big metropolitan cities have at least one gem show a year, and some of them have multiple shows. So this dealer has a wide variety of merchandise, including amber and opal, all set in sterling silver. Lots of gifting opportunities. And you can see by just the amount of merchandise each vendor has, you should take your time when you go to a rock and gem show, because you want to look at all the merchandise that each vendor has.
Because, you know, if you don't know opal, you don't know what you get. You might throw away something you got. All right, Mark. Your turn. That really is magic, right? That big. I think it's going to look like that shirt right there when we're opening. There's like a little bitty cave with crystals in there. It's so shiny.
Can I get close? Yeah. One thing many clubs have is they have a raffle prize each year. So let's visit with one of the club members where he can tell us about the raffle prize.
Sure. For our rock show this weekend, we are raffling this ammonite fossil, which is about 200 million years old, which is a little bit older than I am. And the funds used from the raffle support the club so that we can continue with our education activities and our workshop that we have here in Mobile.
And how much is a raffle ticket?
$2 per raffle ticket.
Okay, and what happens when they buy the raffle ticket?
Okay, well, there'll be a drawing on Sunday afternoon, and the winner will be contacted, and we'll arrange to get the fossil to them.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for telling us about how a raffle works and what the raffle prize is.
Thank you for coming to our rock show this weekend.
Thank you.
We had a good time.
Okay, about 10 to 15% of minerals will fluoresce when they're exposed to an ultraviolet light. It excites the electrons and they give off a visible energy. And I'm not sure how the video will show that, but this is a look at the ones that we have available to display. The internet would show the full range of elements that would, minerals that would fluoresce. But we had it from calcite, the green willemite, red and green together is franklinite,
Beautiful.
And the blue is fluorite, and that's how fluorescence gets its name, is from fluorite.
These are gorgeous.
And of course, the more
And do all
closer-
minerals fluoresce?
all minerals do not fluoresce, only about 10 to 15%. And the closer you get to the light source, the more intense the color is. So this is franklinite, fairly close, and fluorite, fairly close. So you can see the richness of the colors. And this is a particular one called septarian nodule. It started off as a mud ball at the bottom of a lake. Elements creeped into it over millions of years, and under ultraviolet light, you can see the various patterns and colors it creates.
Wow, that's cool.
But otherwise, it's just a mud ball.
Very cool. Thank you. And do a lot of rock and gem clubs have a display like this?
Most do. Most would have that, and different types of minerals to display. And even some of our dealers have a lot of the material that will fluoresce, and some lights as well. You can spend as much money as you would like on these fluorescent lights. So, but you can start your collection with just maybe fluorite and a long wave light, and that's fairly inexpensive.
Okay, well thank you for sharing that with us.
Okay.
If the Rock and Gem show you attend is run by a Rock and Gem Society, that group will have a booth where you can learn about how to become a member of the club. They'll have the raffle there. You can meet the president of the club. And you can learn all about the different club activities that occur for that club. Not every Rock and Gem show is run by a nonprofit organization, but many of them are. Just Google Rock and Gem Show or Rock and Gem Club in your area and you can find out more. I want to introduce everyone to Buddy, and he is going to demonstrate how to do some faceting of gems and tell us a little bit about how he got started in that.
Well, I started back when I worked at Chevron, and that was, I've been fasting for 40 years.
Wow, that's a long time.
It's a long time, and I can't remember.
Do you remember what you got how you got interested in it?
Well, I was in the gym club down here.
Okay.
And I don't remember who it was. I saw him fasting, and I already could count.
Okay.
And
So how did you get interested in rocks and gems and things? Parent or school?
No, I just started doing it.
You just liked them. You thought that was cool.
I just thought it was cool. And
Okay.
But I started fasting then, and that's about all I do now.
Okay. Well, you want to tell us what some of the parts are of this machine and...
Well, this machine here is an Ultratech, and the machine is about 30 years old.
Okay.
This part here is not but about 10 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And it fits on it. Replaces just the readout where it read into hundredths of a degree. It reads in thousands of a degree.
So this is real precision to make
Yeah.
faceted gemstones.
It's very precision.
Okay.
And
You have to have a steady hand and good machinery, or...
well, you have to have good machinery. I won't say your hands have to be real steady, but
Okay.
you have to. It's something you have to do and do it right.
Okay. You don't want to mess up.
You don't want to mess up. That's for sure.
So when someone's first learning how to do faceting, do they start with like quartz, something inexpensive, or you don't start with diamonds right away?
No, you don't. I don't ever do diamonds on this
okay.
machine.
Yeah.
Diamonds are usually done on a different type machine.
Okay.
But this will do sapphires and rubies and do everything but diamonds. And it'll do diamonds, but
There are better machines for it.
They are.
Okay, so different types of machines are better for certain minerals.
Yes.
Okay.
I've got some gemstones down in front of the machine there.
Okay.
They have.
And these are ones that you have faceted, right?
Yes. And some of them have butterflies cut in them. Some of them have different things.
Okay. So could you show us on the machine
Sure.
a little bit of the process?
Yes. This, what I'm doing now is I'm working the bottom half of the stone, and that's this part right here.
Okay.
And you put it down on the.
Very much. Thank you. Oh, where are you from?
Let's see what I got.
Artistry. Okay. Because we like to have the people, we like to have the winners come in there and thank you, okay?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
And did you learn how to do faceting at a rock and gem club or at a school somewhere?
I need to fill out for my membership.
I kind of learned to do
Yeah,
it
and I can do that. Can we play? Ooh, I found the
here
receipt.
at this club.
Okay, this rock and gem club.
Receipt.
And
Right.
I learned how from Sam.
Yeah.
Now, people that will remember Sam Winterkin, but he's been dead for many years.
Okay.
And,
So he used to teach people out of this club.
well, yeah, I took one lesson, and the way excuse me, just a second, the way my work potential lay and
Yeah.
the way the club meetings lay, I wasn't able to come for some
Oh,
time.
sure.
So,
Sure.
I had 2 lessons
And you kind of just took off with that with just 2 lessons, huh?
just 2 lessons.
Wow. And you've been doing it for 40 years.
Yeah.
They must have captured your attention pretty good with just 2 lessons.
Yes.
Okay.
And several machines later.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you showing us
Yeah.
what faceting is and kind of how you got started and everything.
Yeah, it's,
And thank you for your time.
you're welcome.
We are heading out of the show now. Hope you've enjoyed this little taste of what a rock and gem show looks like. You can see that many people come to these shows. Some hours might be a little bit better than others if you like a quieter environment. But there's plenty to see and look at, including big green men. This is the metaphysical booth. Everyone has a wide variety of products to tempt everyone. And you'll see many beautiful things. And really a lot of things are very unique. Each rock and mineral specimen is unique. There are no 2 that are alike. So it is a learning experience just to come to the show. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tour of the Rock and Gem shows. This one was held in Mobile, Alabama. It occurs every year on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday following Thanksgiving.